Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Like I said last time, my next unboxing and review is Iron Patriot from Avengers Endgame. I had been waiting for this figure for quite some time, so I'm really excited to open it. Sideshow had a 2 weeks delay with that batch of Iron Patriot because of shipping containers, but it's finally here. So first, let's take a look at the box. The box has the same design as the other Avengers Endgame figures, which means you have the Avengers logo, a promotional drawing of the character, the name of the movie, the name of the character. On the side, you can see once again the Avengers logo, the symbol of the character. Here is the symbol of Iron Patriot and War Machine. The main color on the box is red because it's Iron Patriot. Then behind you have some information about the product. And on the other side it's open and you can see the polystyrene box in which the figure is. Once again, you can see the symbol of Iron Patriot. And when you open this, you have, once again, the name of the character. And then the figure itself. First, let's take a look at the accessories. Because it's Iron Patriot, there are a lot of different weapons to attach to that figure. So first, we are going to take a look at the display base, and then we'll talk about the different accessories. It's not the first time that we see this type of display base, but it's actually the first time that I get one. And I have to say, it's pretty big. It's actually bigger than I thought it would be. So yes, Iron Patriot is a massive figure, but I think this display base is a little bit too big for that figure. That being said, the display base uses the same design as the other Avengers Endgame figures, which means you have the Avengers logo, the symbol of the character, the name of the movie, and the name of the character. As for the stand, it's a crotch grabber, but a different kind of crotch grabber that you get on normal figures. This one is a lot more steadier for figures as big as Iron Patriot. So now let's take a look at the different accessories. You don't have many hands with die-cast figures, though you have exactly what you need. First, you have the closed fist hands. Then you have the ready-to-fire hands. And then you have the fully articulated fingers hands. These are always so cool to see. It's such a great idea to have for die-cast figures. As you can see, the metallic paint on these hands is really cool. So now let's see some of the other accessories. You have two big missile launchers. As you can see, there are a lot of missiles inside. You can either have it opened like this or closed. And you can either have these missile launchers stored at the back of the figure or have them deployed. Then you have this huge cannon that you can also attach to the back. It's articulated there, as you can see. You can also slightly pull to have it separated. It's a really big piece and I really love the paint job on it. It's quite beautiful. Then you have two other cannons. They're similar but smaller. They work with magnets. So you can either store them at the back of a figure or install them on the arms. We'll show you that later. These cannons are not the only things you can attach to the arms. You can also attach these weapons. First you have missile launchers. Then you have these two cannons. And then you also have these two big cannons. It's a pretty loaded Iron Patriot. So now let's take a look at the figure. This is a massive figure. It's quite literally a beast. I really love the design of this armor. It's not necessarily a lot taller than other Mark armors, but it's a lot larger. In the art of Avengers Endgame, they had also imagined that armor, but with the War Machine colors. But I have to say, it looks a lot better with Iron Patriot colors. I really love the red and blue they used. It looks amazing. So now let's take a closer look at this figure. As usual with die-cast figures, you have fully articulated feet. You can move this part of the armor and the back as well. And then you can move the feet like this. So you can see there's a pretty good articulation range. The legs also have a pretty good articulation range. You can move the knee like this. To allow better leg movements, you can move this piece. And to allow even better articulation range for the legs, you can slightly pull them down and you get this. As usual with Hot Toys, it's all about the details. And there are a lot of nice ones on this armor. On the left side of the torso, you can see there's written Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes. You have written danger on these two pieces of armor. You can actually move them like this. Same for this part. The rest of the torso is slightly articulated. You can move it like this, like this. On the left shoulder, you can spot the Iron Patriot War Machine symbol. And on the right shoulder, you can see some letters and numbers. You can see a subtle weathering all over the armor. It's not a battle damaged look, but it's not a shiny look either. It's right in between, and I really love that. It's a beautiful work. About the arms, the shoulders are fully articulated, which means better arm articulation range. The elbow can move like this. This part actually slightly moves to give you a better articulation range. I've installed the different weapons on the arms, and it's the big artillery. Look at this! You can either display the figure with this cannon or the smaller cannon. We'll see some poses later for both cannons. About the back, you have the same pieces you had on the chest, except they're bigger. There's still written danger next to them, and as for this space, it can be used to store some of the weapons. You can store the missile launchers like this. It works with magnets. Then you can also store these two cannons. First, you have to put these pieces, and then the cannons. With Iron Man and War Machine figures, you often have air flaps that can move. It's the case here. You can move them like this. It's really easy to install the big cannon and the missile launchers. You move these two pieces and this part. That's where you can install the batteries. We'll talk about the LED light-up feature later. Then you put the cannon there and the missile launchers there. Let's see up front how it looks. As you can see, it looks pretty cool. We'll see some poses later. Now let's talk about the helmet. This is a different type of helmet that we've seen before, but still you can clearly recognize it's an Iron Patriot War Machine helmet, especially with the red eyes. I like this design because it fits really well with how massive this armor is. In terms of articulation, it's limited. You can have him look down like this, or also look on the side, but he can't really look up. Now about the LED light-up feature, I think it's a pretty cool feature as usual. I really like it. I do use it for toy photography. The batteries are easy to install. You have some batteries in the arms, at the back, and in the helmet. About the chest piece, this time it's really red, unlike for the War Machine figure from Avengers Endgame, where the light was more purplish. So I do appreciate the upgrade. Now let's turn off the light to see the LED light-up feature better. It looks pretty cool. So now let's talk about the Headsculpt. The Headsculpt was made by Taiyo Kang and painted by GC Hong. I think they have made an incredible work. It really looks like Don Cheadle. I mean, look at this. Even the hair is beautifully painted. It really is him. It's so lifelike. And I'm so happy that this time we finally got a full James Rhodes Headsculpt, because so far we only had helmeted James Rhodes Headsculpts. It was great, but I mean, it's better when you have a full Headsculpt. I'm really happy with this one. Like I said, it looks amazing. So now let's see if it actually fits on the War Machine figure from Avengers Endgame. It does fit somehow. There's no neck piece and the head is slightly loose, but if you find the right position, it looks just fine, and it can actually work if you want to display him like that. That's probably what I'm gonna do. So now let's see some poses with Iron Patriot. Iron Patriot from Avengers Endgame is a phenomenal figure. It's a massive one and it comes with a lot of weapons, plus it also comes with the very first full James Rod's Headsculpt, and it's amazing. Congrats Tayo Kang and Jiseong for your wonderful work. I definitely recommend this figure. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back with more unboxings and reviews very soon, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye!